All right, just making sure this thing actually works. Give me a quick second. Um, how do I get on here again? Well, I should probably pull this over here and put this over here. And let me make sure I get a link for this thing as well. Oh wait, I could do that on my phone. That's probably better. If anyone's here, hey, good afternoon. This is Raul. Um, Thought I should show a little bit of the map editor or whatever we're doing on there, but let me just make sure to get a little sharing link. Copy link, put it on a Discord. And no, that's someone else. And let's put it over here. Oh no, that's not. That's a picture one. Want the general. And pasting, and there you go. All right. Oh, let me get rid of this thing too. Um, Sorry guys, I'm on my phone real quick, making sure I get everything correct. All right. Sounds good. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Raul again. I think I already said it, but let me see if anyone's on here actually. Oh, we got 4 people. Hey, everyone. Buenas noches, Roberto. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Eble me estaba haciendo el stream en español sobre el editor, y ahora pues le vamos a dar un poco al inglés, ¿no? Igual cualquier pregunta que tengas en español, con gusto te respondo. Este, Nothing's better than 11 p.m. stream. Well, it's 7:51 here. It's not that late yet. But, we're on the West Coast. So, welcome to the folks that are just joining on here. I got Roberto, Juanito, G5. Dude, I call you G5, but you also say Hunter's Garage. What do you prefer me to call you, man? I see you a lot. I want to make sure we got everything right. So, if G5's okay, then that's perfectly fine. But if you want me to call you something different, let me know. So this area right here is Winnemucca, if I'm pronouncing that right. You can see the map on the top right here on the map editor. And just so that you know that this is a map editor, yes, I can move things around, and this is the map editor. But before I go on and start editing stuff, Eblem actually told me to go check out what he's been doing. I saw a little bit of his stream while I was at work. I shouldn't. I'm supposed to be working. But at one point I stopped watching it because yeah, I had a lot of work and it's been a little busy, so I gotta slave away, right? So let's go ahead and take a look to see what he's been up to. Um, oh, and I guess I should ask him too. Are you guys actually gonna be watching? Hold on, let me ask him real quick if he's with me. Are you gonna be watching the stream as well? Okay, just asking him, seeing what's up. Okay, so Hunter, perfect. Thank you very much, Hunter. Um, you kind of maybe should have told me that before, because I said G5 a lot. I'm sorry about that, bro. All right, so Eblem is working on the Death Valley section. So I guess I should bring this up real quick for those of you that aren't too sure what we're talking about. So let's see. Um, So basically, it's this stretch right here of Death Valley National Park. You got California State Route 190, a little bit of 136, going down to Panama Springs, which is an amazing, this little section here is an amazing route. I got to travel this summer. It's very, very beautiful. If you don't like deserts, then no, it's not for you, but it is amazing in real life. And then you go down this big mountain. I mean, over here, like right over here, you have the tallest mountain in the contiguous 48 American states. And over here, you got like somewhere around here, the lowest point in the U.S. So you got to go down a ton. You go down here, then you go back up, and then you go back down. So that's more or less what he's working on. And I just wanted to see how this area is coming up. And I should also bring the stream back up so I see you guys' comments real quick. All right. Truck Gamer, good evening, good evening. Daniel Dressel, cool map editor stream. Thank you very much. Juanito, do you speak both languages only or do you speak more? I speak both English and Spanish equally well or equally bad, however you wanna put it. Entonces, hablo inglés y español de la misma forma, igual de bien o igual de mal, como tú lo quieras ver. Así que cualquier idioma está bien, ¿no? Any language is good. Usually, though, since Eblem is more of a Spanish speaker than an English speaker, he usually does streams in Spanish. and I do them in English because suppose I don't even know which language is my first language, to be honest. Um, so anyway, so this road here is almost gonna be a 1-to-1 scale adventure. Almost. Elam said it's 5. It's 1-to-5, but I see it and it's like, dude, it's close to 1-1 or 1-2, you know? Because of how long this thing goes down. Okay, so this is pretty much the bottom. I think Panama Springs should be down somewhere around here. Let me see if there's any more. Oh, geez, no, it's still wait. Do I have it updated? Oh, geez, don't tell me I don't have it updated. Um, is he watching the stream? Oh, he hasn't responded. Shoot. I'm not. He said he had it all the way to Panama Springs. Wait, he says. Yes, the Panama. No, he said he got to Panama. So this is supposed to be Panama Springs, I think. Yeah, it's this long stretch here, which I mean, well, I don't have it there, but I think I don't even have it updated. Hold on, folks. Let me go ahead and restart the old thing. Oh boy. Is this updated? 1023.740. Yeah, it is. Huh. Let's delete that. Replace that. I wonder if he changed the version number. Because he works on it pretty much most of the day. No, yeah, it's Sierra Nevada 16. That's the one I have, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's try that one more time. Let's see. Truck Gamer asks, what happened to the map of Mexico? Oh, it's still there. Once we finish here in Nevada, which should be done probably no by this next month, November, we will go over to the state of Chihuahua. So una vez que terminemos el estado de Chihuahua, perdón, pues lo que es el mapa de Sierra Nevada, nos iremos a regresar a México, al estado de Chihuahua, ¿no? Daniel Dressel, I really enjoy Extremo, so can't wait for this map. Just did a drive to Jalpa, Zacatecas. Jalpa is okay. I know exactly where you are. Yeah, it is one of the first big extreme drives I think that we made. So let's go to Bishop. And thank you very much for enjoying it. By the way, I'm glad to hear people still do enjoy it, even though, to be honest, I mean now now I see it. It's like, oh, it could be so much better. um, but I really appreciate you guys using our maps and having fun with them, you know? Oh, wait, no, that's a good view right there. Juanito X asks, as for the map of Mexico, is it the next Guanajuato plans? No, Juanito, vamos a continuar con Chihuahua. So we're going to start with Chihuahua instead of another state here. Oh, now it works. Okay, so this is Panama Springs. There we go. That makes sense. Yeah, no wonder, because I did see a picture that Evelyn put of this part. Jesus, this looks great. These mountains look correctly tall. There's supposed to be a little tiny town here, tiny, almost non-existent. I mean, maybe a house or two. That's about it. Here, I should probably bring this one up. So no, that's Stovepipe. Oh my God, we got off here in Stovepipe Wells. Um, I love the sign that is there. I should bring here. Let me see if I can find it. Stovepipe Wells sign. I love the sign that they have there. It No, not this. We got off to go to the restroom, take a little break, and an older couple on their convertible, midday. It was 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is close to 50 degrees Celsius. Stopped by. Their skin was so red, but you could tell they were enjoying life to the fullest. I thought that was funny. What? No, I'm not talking about these signs. It's like a little cool sign that's telling you the dangers of Death Valley in that area, like on the wall somewhere. I can't find it. I have a picture of it, but I'll search it up some other day, whatever. But no, so that's not it. That's not it. This is Panama Springs right here. It's literally just like an old RVs, and that's about it. So not much going on. I guess I should bring this back over here. All right. Juanito, jaja, ya mejor hablo en español que mi inglés es No, no te preocupes, Juanito, te das a entender al 100. Pero igual, pues, Español está bien, no? Hunter, me and my friend are trying to get a hang of how to work around with vegetation and terrain and closing gaps. I looked at tutorials, but I couldn't really see what they said. It sounds pretty complex. Closing gaps, I have a pretty good idea that I can show you right now. This is probably going to be a good tip. I'll show you in a bit, but just want to see this thing going up. So because it's so dense around here, one of the big problems that I do see, and you see all these lines, these are all cut planes. When you move around in these cut planes, they hide, over there, for example, you could see mountains way on top, right? Because there's things on top. See, you can start seeing like here's this canyon right here. There's a top of, where the Father Crowley vista point is, and down here you just move over here. You're supposed to not be able to see that. And that's the magic of these cut planes, right? It could be a bit of a mess. Sometimes you really gotta tweak these because like right here I'm right over the road and you can still see it a little bit. So definitely still need a little bit of tweaking, but I don't know. Elam's become a master at this stuff. That's kind of how we did the whole area around Yosemite and Interstate 80 across the Sierra Nevada, just using a ton of these cut planes to be able to fit in so much in such a small space. Um, Truck Gamer, how I would like to collaborate with some prefabs for Chihuahuas and sign from the city. I'm lousy creating 3D models. I don't have much knowledge to create them. Oh, dude, I mean, if you learn a little bit about that and any help we could get with that, we would really appreciate it. And when it comes to 3D models, we usually put all of that stuff into our mega resources file, which absolutely anybody could use on any of their maps. So, I mean, you don't have to download our map. You could just use the resources, custom assets, and just use them for your map. No questions asked. These rocks, by the way, I believe are all the new rocks that SCS have been making um, for the Utah DLC or 1.36. Really cool stuff. I got to watch a little bit of their stream earlier today. If anybody here got to watch it, definitely some cool stuff. Okay. So what seems to be going on here? So you notice, it almost looks like this rock is protruding there. It's not. Actually, I have a feeling that this little section that I highlighted is being hidden by one of the cut planes somewhere on here. Well, I don't even see it. I have a feeling. Let's find out. So you could hit the P button on P keyboard on your keyboard. Open um, the road item properties, and right around here, ignore cut planes. So if you hit that, the map editor will no longer hide this even if you're behind the cut plane. See, there we go. So sometimes you have to tweak that around a little bit, but you just use that little option in the properties menu and you should be good to go. What is this? Oh, okay. So it's a little Colbert. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Good details. Very good details. Let's just read some comments. No, 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 no. Daniel, apparently the hottest it's gotten in Death Valley was 134. I can't even imagine that. Um, it's a little disputed, but generally speaking, yeah, they'll usually say, "Oh yeah, it's been the hottest in the world." There is a giant thermometer well, close to Death Valley. It's in the town of Baker along Interstate 15 when you're going from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, where they have that giant thermometer, which is supposed to be 134 feet high, and is supposed to mark 134 Fahrenheit. And a funny story, I believe it's in the game. Here, let me bring out. So model properties, let's bring this thing out. Let's see, can I find it under Baker? No. Thermometer? Yeah, there you go. See? Okay, so BA stands for Baker. Yeah, so this is the giant thermometer that is somewhere in Baker, California, which is supposed to be 134 feet high, symbolizing the hottest temperature on record in Death Valley. It's not in Death Valley, but it's close. So cool little detail. Roberto, el mapa de referencia que se sacó una foto satelital al colocarla tal y como lo hizo Eblem en un tutorial me salen varios errores. Fíjate que yo no le sé mucho a eso. Inclusive, si so he's asking about the map overlay and like no the satellite map under here. Um, Él tiene el mapa visible en su pues, editor y yo no lo tengo. No sé qué hizo él, la verdad, para poderlo ver. Si le doy aquí estos botones, no me sale. So, como nunca lo he necesitado, porque yo realmente no trazo carreteras, no me ha dado por querer solucionarlo. Oh, what happened here? Uh-oh. Did I hit something I shouldn't have hit? Evelyn, I think you need to come in and finish this up. And to be honest, it's not finished. It's still a work in progress. So um, give him some time. Or yeah, and then we're up to here. So anyway, let's see. Juanito, you are Raul. Sí, yo soy Raúl. Daniel, so did they actually put that thermometer in the map, or is it just an edit? No, yeah, it's a. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in the map. Can I even open? Edit USA. Yeah, they removed the edit button. I hate that in the newest version of the open beta. You can't use that menu anymore. Can I do USA? Yeah, no. Gee. Okay, well, I was gonna open the base map and try to look for it. I'm pretty sure it's in there, but yeah, I'm sorry. Look, it's there. It's in the editor, so I'm pretty darn sure it's in the base map for sure. All right, so let's go over here. Back to Winnemucca where I first started, which is where I was working actually earlier today in the morning. I usually get on the editor before going to work. So let's see. Daniel also did. Oh yeah, I already read that. Hunter, would you need to use cut planes on a 1-to-1 scale? If you make a road that is more or less designed to be 1-to-1 scale within the 1-to-20 scale map that this map is, you probably do want to do cut planes. Cut planes are good, like in cities. For example, if I go to where did we use any in Reno? I'm pretty darn sure we did. Let me see. Are they even visible? Huh. I guess I just optimized it enough. Yeah, because it hasn't lagged for me at all. I thought this area was gonna lag, but I think I did pretty good with it, actually. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Um, because this whole area of like of Reno is the section I did. It's pretty much if you want to see something I did, pretty much go here. Everything else I just mostly did small details. Um, let's try to Sacramento. Hey, Jim and Timothy. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad you guys are here. And any questions you guys may have, do let me know anytime. So you'll see some cut planes back here, but I think these are due to the really dense roads on the mountains, which I mean you could see up here. Um, so it's not intended to be used to make 1-to-1 scale roads in a 1-to-20 map. SCS would probably scoff at that. And if anyone from SCS is watching this, you'll probably be like, "Ugh, how are you doing that?" But that's what Eblem is doing. I didn't know he would do that, and when you're doing these mods, you're kind of just doing things, doing what you feel like. It's not a job, so you do what you want, right? So anyway, this little section, I don't like how it came out. I was replacing it with this, so I'm gonna do this little detail right here. It's all right, but it could be a little better. But let's see. Um, Hunter had asked me, well, had asked like he had a little bit of trouble getting like making sure to not have any um little gaps in the terrain, which you could definitely see a gap here. So one of the ways you could do this, if you hit the V key, like not B as in boy, as in V as in Victor, you hit the V key and then these polygons come up. You could actually, um, like, you know, hover over one of them and actually move them around. And if you hold it like that, having the snap to ground option enabled, you can make it so that it snaps to the terrain below. The only thing is, the way this thing is set up, these right here are the actual. Oh, there we go. Those are the edges of this terrain. You can't actually edit the vertices on the edge of the terrain. So these you can't actually touch, but you could touch any below over here, or you could just move it with the gizmo right here, like that, right? So the other way you could get it to conform to it is by grabbing the edges of the bottom terrain, which this one is more, a little more doable. It's a little hard sometimes, which is why I want to delete it. But like right here, right away, you're seeing me move this one. Let's find the other one. I think it's this. Yeah. So, and then if you look a little closely, gone are the little holes in there. So if I move the Y gizmo, there you go. So. And again, if I bring this up right here, it's supposed to be snapping to the terrain. There might be a microscopic gap still, but I mean, nobody's going to notice. You're fine. There is also a better way to do this, but since this terrain isn't really built for that, I'd have to show you with another example. So I say let's get rid of of this one right here and do it a little better, shall we? So. Oh, why am I stuttering so much? I guess it's the first time I've ever used the editor while streaming, so I don't know if the computer might be struggling with it a little bit. Who knows? Okay, so let me read some comments. Hunter, I've also been figuring out the background maps. I asked on the forums and they said to use big maps. Do you know anything about the conversion process to the background map editor? Um, no, I don't. That is something that Evelyn knows how to do, I believe. I remember seeing Hugo Cess, the creator of Viva Mexico. He did a tutorial on it. Of course, it's in Spanish, but I remember he did a tutorial, and you might be able to follow up even if you don't know Spanish. If you want to, I could look it up. I could, you know what? Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, my computer is lagging a little bit. Okay, let's look it up because now I have two people asking about it. So I think we should look it up. So he no longer does things on YouTube. He pretty much moved 100%. Oh, I should remove that. He pretty much moved over 100% to Facebook streaming. He streams almost every day. Let me see. He did a couple of videos explaining how to do some editor stuff. Let me see. Darn, it's been a minute. It's been a while. Jesus. Oh, this was when we were doing the state of Zacatecas. Holy This was before we even released it. Okay, so here we go. So this one, Mapas Satelital en Editor. Okay, so this one will show you a little bit of how to, how he brought up I think the background map, right? Is it? I want to see it in the game. Well, in the editor. Yeah, there you go. So he knows how to do it. I'll put this link over on the Discord. Oh wait, wrong Discord. So for those of you asking for how to add a background map in the editor, Hugo Cess made a tutorial in Spanish, but it might be useful. Okay, so we'll do that. I guess I'll also put it on the live stream. I think I could put it here. Yeah. So let's the background map tutorial. Okay, so just in case that helps anyone. All right, so let's get back to the editor. All right, so this thing, okay, so this terrain now is moved. So remember how I was moving it to try to confirm it to the other terrain that I had? You don't have to move it manual if you want to reset everything. There is a little button to reset things, which is right over here. You hit the properties of that specific node, and you hit this little X, depending on the side of the terrain, and there you go. Problem solved. Let me see. Do these need a little fixing? No, I think they're okay. They could be a little smaller though. But okay, let's go ahead and okay. So we're hitting the E keyboard, the E key. My bad. You could choose what you want up here, which we're gonna do a little terrain, which I believe is right around here. Or you could not do that, and you could hit the 9 key, and you could hit the 9 key. Okay, what is going on? Yeah, my map editors. Hmm. Okay, let's try again. You hit the E key to open, create, and you hit the 9 key. There you go, and you bring up the terrain. So let's see, more or less, I want it right here. So it snaps to the terrain, so I want to put it more or less where it starts. And I want it right here. You'll see what I'm trying to do in a bit. And I want it right around here, and then down here. There you go. So right now it's curving a little bit weird. Jeez, it is stuttering a little bit. I'm sorry if this thing is a little jittery here. So we grab this vertice and this vertice. You hit the N key and you bring up the node. Oh, I gotta do it again. You bring up the node properties, set free rotation, and I want the pitch to be 0. What that does is basically this is perfectly flat now. So it looks a little better now. I need to copy the exact material. So hit the properties. It's this one. I forget exactly which one it is. So I know it's one of the sidewalk textures. So there you go. And by the way, I may start going a little faster just to get some things done. If you do have any questions, as always, please let me know. I forgot to get the the little plants out of the way. So vegetation, I loved something that the SES stream said earlier today. They were talking about the trees and stuff and how some of the map editors are like, oh well, this tree looks the same as this other thing, and they were saying, oh no, how do you call it? Our vegetable department would say otherwise, calling the vegetable department the folks that make the trees. I love that. Yeah, they're the folk that make the tree 3D assets are now called the vegetable department. Okay, please. Okay, so now we have this one. This looks correct, but you do see a little hole there, but that's a-okay. We'll fix that in a bit. As a matter of fact, let's fix it right now. So this looks more or less correct. Now, because this is the edge of our terrain, we can't use that to conform to it. So we'll just move this one, and that should work too. We'll move this one, and that works. Same thing here. Sometimes if you want to, you could like hold it up to this other vertice, and it works. And that's actually the best result you could get. So that works, and that's okay like that. We'll fix that in a bit. Same thing here. That one isn't working very well. Yeah, I could get a little wonky sometimes. There you go. That's better. Hey, you better. Is it all the way there? Yeah. Okay, but I could. Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, we'll put it right around here. Let me see if I turn it around, it'll work. Yeah, it ain't. It ain't. It ain't working. Let's do that. Okay. So that should be. Yeah, that looks correct. We might want to put a little plants there or something just to not make it look so rough, but that works. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some walls in here. So I press E to open, to open something new, but I want it to be a wall, which the editor calls building. So if you hear me say building, I'm probably talking about a wall. You hit 3, bring up the building properties, and I think I already have the one I want. Uh, yeah, that's the model I want. So it's just a little weird. How does that look? I mean, the other option I'm talking about this little wall right here, because the other option I usually use sometimes. Let me see, wall. I thought maybe I should make it a little darker. I think this one. Yeah, but I would have to redo the whole wall because the vertices is a little bit. No, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it with what I had already. Screw it. Which was this one right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Oh, is that not the one? Oh, it's a different one. I don't remember seeing this one. That actually looks so much better. It actually looks so much better. I think I'll have to replace everyone then. I'm sorry. Well, sorry to me, because I'm the one that's doing it. Darn it. So you got two ways to do this. You could either do it like in different steps. Something like that. And then this one as well separate. And you'll see why in a bit. Because if I do it all together, it's going to curb, and I don't really want it to curb. I want it to be a hard edge. Because usually when they pour concrete, I mean, it's easier to do these edges here. Oh, hey, Evelyn. Welcome, welcome. What you have for dinner? Please make it something Mexican. I want something Mexican. There's very good Mexican food here in America, but it of course will never compare to having real Mexican food in Mexico. Though we do have a really good taco place here somewhere in Phoenix. There's good stuff. There's good stuff. So okay, that looks good. So yeah, so that you have that edge here. That's why I do it in two separate, models there. Okay, so let me flatten these out as well. Okay, height is the same. Pitch, I want it 0. And then now I should be able to bring this down. There we go. Just enough. Same thing with these two. I grab this one and this one. Bring up the node properties with the N key. Free rotation, pitch 0. Then press the M key just to bring up the gizmo. Bring it back down. Nice and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, baby. All right. Okay, but you see that little piece of terrain is kind of weird, so we just grab this, put it back down. Easy as pie. Actually, pie isn't that easy to make. Okay, and this one, there we go. Okay, that's cool. This one, yeah, that's fine. This one, maybe bring this down a little bit. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that looks better than this, in my opinion. I'm gonna have to delete these. Elam, oh, you had cereal? Oh, man. No bueno, no bueno. ¿Qué pasó con los tacos, güey? Hunter. Oh, hello, Evelyn. Raul told me you know how to convert background maps editor. Would you know how to do that? Well, 1-to-1 scale is a different story, though. That I'm not sure if it's even possible, to be honest. Oh yeah, this one. Timothy, I had tacos for dinner. Perfect. But the question is, Timothy, were they hard shell tacos or soft shell? Because hard-shell tacos are not real tacos. They're good, don't get me wrong. You know, even I like some Taco Bell. I don't hate Taco Bell, but it's not Mexican. Not Mexican, my friends. That's Tex-Mex. Oh, I gotta put this on their side. So some of these models, by the way, they look a little weird from one side, but if you go from right to left, now they look right. So just FYI in some of those. Okay, so I'm gonna do this all over again. Sorry, this model is actually easier to work with. I should have used this from the very start. Okay, so that's right. And this in here. And now SES actually has made back, I think with Oregon, made some very good models for these little edges here, for the bridge embankments. Oh, I'll fix this in a bit. Um, but sometimes when you have a lot of bridges like this together, it actually helps to do the embankment yourself. I don't like too much using the SES ones for these kinds of situations. It's just a base to base, case to case thing, in my opinion. 0, and actually I want both of you to be the same height. So this one controls the exact height. I'm just Control C, copying it, and then Control V to paste it. There we go. So same thing here. Bring up the node properties, free rotation, pitch 0. That makes it so that it's perfectly flat, because sometimes it'll be a little weird. I'll copy this one, paste it here. Oh, it is the same. I wonder why I didn't bring it up that way then. Okay, that's fine. And then just grab these two. There we go. Perfect. And same thing here. Grab these two. So I'm holding Control and then clicking both of them just to be able to hold both. Press the N key. So there, the height's the same. Free rotation, pitch 0. If you don't hit free rotation, even if you change the pitch or the roll, it won't do what you want it to do. You gotta hit the free rotation button. And new in 1.36, these little uh, arrow things over the actual vertice symbolizes a node that actually has free rotation activated. All right, so now let's hold both, bring it down with the gizmo. There we go. I don't know if the map editor calls it a gizmo, but I mean, I'm used to the name gizmo from the what's it called? I forgot the. Ooh, this is weird. Wonder why it's doing this curve. Hmm. Oh, I know why. Yeah, because this is a little tricky. No worries. I mean, I could just match this more or less. Like I said, usually concrete is actually cheaper to pour in angles instead of making it all round. So, like in a rule setting like this where architecture doesn't really matter, um, don't be afraid to make rough edges. It's actually more normal than not. Okay, that looks more or less. It could be a little better, but it's a little hard to make it a little better. So, and you can't really tell, to be honest, when you're driving by. So I'm okay with it. Eblem, it is possible by setting the editor data and the def file scale you want, but I can't remember exactly how to do it. Oh, well, you might have to ask him a little bit in Discord. And as I mentioned, not even I know how to do that. Eblem knows so much more on the map editor than I do. If SES needs to hire someone, it's him, not me. He knows so much more than I do. Um, Hunter, imagine if it was a bridge joint. Believe it or not, in the Mexico map, I actually use this technique to make bridge joints, but ultimately it kind of led to some issues with some trucks, especially like modded trucks, where they would like just hit like almost like if it were an invisible wall. Which, if you're asking for bridge joints, here, let's go to where do I have them? Well, I know they're in Sacramento, so let's go to Sacramento. Let's put them on here. Give the fans what they want. Here, we'll just bring this little model. Then two. So you can, of course, copy and paste models and whole roads even, or even towns completely. Like if you just copy the whole thing, you could copy and paste them. All right, so okay, so might be a little weird when you paste it because it pastes it right at the same height where it was where you copied it from. And Sacramento is much lower than this elevation, so it's under it. But there we go. Oh, that's a little fast. That's the model. Um, I just open the node properties of this node. You could select this copy to clipboard, and it copies all this information exact. You open the node properties of this one, and you just hit this button and you paste, and there you go. Now you just hold it and you put it where it needs to go. And there you go. And if I zoom in a little bit, there is a little bit of height to it. So the truck does feel it, but not excessively. So it's pretty good. So let's just copy this one and throw it on here. And then here, I would just have to make it a little wider, of course. And let's do the same thing here. So it's a really cool detail, but it is a tedious one. So this scaling is, how you get it to look like this. Because originally, you'll laugh when you see this, it's some kind of a grate. It's not designed to be a bridge joint, but it worked. It did the job, and I was okay with that. Let's see, let's make it a little bit wider. I think that's the size. Yeah, that one. I think it's a little too wide, so maybe I'll do this scale 1.05. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so just copy that, paste it here. So it should go here, but because of how this texture is sometimes, I'm going to put it here. It just feels more right. So I'm thinking maybe just copy the node properties here. And there you go. And then copy this one and put it on here. There you go. Let's see, Timothy, that's cool. Hey, thank you. And it feels really good when you're driving over it. So it's definitely a worthwhile feature in my opinion, even though it's really tedious. Hunter, you said it was a stretched out manhole, right? It's not a manhole. It's like some kind of a grate or something. I don't know what you'd call these. I mean, oh, it's a drainage thing. So if you make it the normal size, that's what you get, right? And I believe this was for Washington. So you're supposed to put it like, somewhere like on the edge of the road somewhere or something like that. You see it in some big cities. Like I've seen it like where there's a subway under the road. They'll have these sometimes on the road or on the sidewalk to, as so the air under the tunnels could get refresh or to get all the bad stuff. Truck Gamer asks, una pregunta, ¿podría usar los recursos para hacer un beta de la central de abastos? Por supuesto, cualquier cosa que gustes usar con el archivo de mega recursos, bienvenido. No ocupas usar nuestro mapa, no ocupas darnos ni las gracias, aunque se agradece, pero puedes usarlo con gusto. So he was asking if he could use a mega resources file for some project he wants to do. As I said before, absolutely. You're more than welcome to use it for any project you want. No need to give any any mention or anything. You're more than welcome to use it. It actually has things from a kind of wide variety of people. There are a lot of things that Emblem has done, some that I've done, especially the road signs, all the custom templates that I've done. But there's also stuff from Nat Vendor. There's stuff from Smarty that we've slowly asked, hey, can we use it in the map and stuff like that, and because it's not cool to go and use their things without their permission, right? So that was definitely the first thing that we tried doing. So it's turned into a bit of a compilation for anyone to use, and I think that's a cool thing, which is why I usually really like telling people like, hey, yeah, absolutely, go use our little resource pack for any project you have. Okay, how does this look? It's a little uneven, but you're not going to see this in the road. Just want to make sure it looks okay. Um, let's see. Timothy, that is at the dam in Washington. Oh, the great thing that I was talking about? Okay. That makes sense. There's usually things under the dam, all the generators and stuff. Remember going into the Hoover Dam. There's a section way down there. I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of here, but it's more or less that. So one thing, and Evelyn, this is what we were talking about in the morning, by the way. The area I was talking about that I was redoing some of the texturing was right here on the freeway, not over here. I haven't touched anything over here. This is what I thought was too green, in my opinion. So I did it like this, because what I saw in the one here. Let me bring this thing. Where am I? There it is. So. If in case you guys are wondering, this is the area I'm more or less replicating here. So I saw this area, and like I see the grass around here, and like this all looks yellow. It's you have those little like sagebrush or whatever you call it, and you have some green grass around the actual road, which is more or less what I did over here. Which is why you get that little bit of green. But this is why I was telling you that I feel this is too green, and I kind of wanted to change a little bit of this area to have it more. Well, you did it here, so you're good here. So maybe just this part I gotta make it a little more. Oh, what's this? Huh. Most of this I didn't do, by the way. I'm just coming in and detailing some of the stuff that Evelyn does. So sometimes I'm like, what is this? And then I find out what it is. Um, Hunter, the resource pack would be available when the map drops. Well, the resource pack is actually already available. If you go to our website, which is, what was it again? Steam Reforma ATS, I think it was. I have it somewhere around here. Duda.com. Oh, no. No, it's Reforma ATS .duda1.com. I'm sorry. So you go to downloads, and there is a download for the mega resources. So it pretty much already has the majority of what you see here. Probably the only thing that it doesn't have are all the California roadside templates that I've done, or even a lot of them for Nevada, for example. I don't think it'll have that yet. Once we do finish Sierra Nevada, we will update the mega resources file, so you will be able to use all these. But for example, I mean, let's see, like these here that have the exit tab within the actual board. That's all California stuff that I've done. First inspired by Nat Vander's work, but then I expanded it, just so much more because of all the stuff I've been doing here. Um, and as a matter of fact, if you are doing a map mod and you want to use these signs, hit me up, send me a private message or something. I'll hook you up. That's absolutely not a problem. Just know that I'm constantly updating it as we're working, so that's why we haven't released it to the public quite yet, just because it's constantly being updated, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, there's a ton of different things you could do in here, like like this one looks a little weird, but it's because you could when you open this, you could change the colors. Well, you're supposed to be able to change colors. There you go. See? So that looks a little more correct. Or like for example, these, if you need something a little wider, we font opacity 0. Same thing with the little square. This is sometimes a little hard though. Let's do it like this. So you grab this one, 0. So now you grab this one, 1. You grab this text, 1, and there you go. Now you got a wider one, right? Or there's and again, that is based off of Nat Vander's work, because originally I saw what he did and I kind of just expanded on it. So really big big shout out to Nat Vander, to his work. He did so much good stuff to this. I really appreciate it. And you bring it up here. So this is, for example, like if you want to do something like, I don't know, well, not Renp, it's, I wanted to type Reno, I don't know, let's call it Mr. Dr. Cold. What's up, man? Street. There you go. So, so yeah, you could play around with this stuff so much like that, or you could even like like move this a little bit to the side like that, which California does their road signs very weirdly. So don't be afraid to mess around with it, and you just bust out all this stuff. And I even have a lot of really, I don't know if is that a route. Yeah, a lot of these custom ones. So SCS has the one that says California. You're not supposed to use that on big green signs. You're supposed to use the one that doesn't say California. But that's just me being a road geek. I've studied the way they do the signs way too much. So you just hit save on that, and there you go, right? So, oh, let's let's delete that here. But this is Nevada, so you don't need California signs here. Anyway, let's go ahead and save before I forget and I crash the editor and lose my stuff and go cry in the corner. Hunter, I also just realized if the map is 1-1, I would need to change time zones. The way gas is consumed. Oh yeah, there is a ton of stuff that needs to be done. It's not that simple. That's partly why sometimes, like when you play, for example, in this map, which has some areas that are longer than they truly are at a 102, 120 scale, like the GPS will tell you like your time to go from Sacramento to Reno. It'll say, oh, it's like a I don't know 6 hour drive in the GPS. When in real life, it's like a 2 hour and a half drive. It really isn't that long. Why? Because it's just so much more elongated in this map. But because it's just within the 120 scale, there's not much you could do. And it was something that we knew was going to be a problem, but just given the fact that it's so cool, or at least in our opinion, we just kind of said, screw it, let's go for it. And I hope people like it. Because if not, we kind of already did it that way. So not much we could do. So let's bring that down. Okay. How's that look? Let's bring that down a little bit more. And there you go. Does that look good? It's fair. Good enough. These need to be fixed. But again, there's still a lot of work to do here. Things are kind of just put in there. I come in and do the final details anyway, so. Anyway, all right. So, let me explain what I'm doing. So now I want to grab this little grass detail and put it on over here. You hit the B button, brings up the brushes. I have material selected. And if you want to copy the same material, you hold shift on your keyboard and you just click anywhere else and it automatically copies that. You come over here and voila, you can now place it. So you'd say, hey, well, can't you just set it in the node properties? Well, you can, but you kind of want to have multiple textures. So the sides of the roads have this gravel. So you have to leave the gravel on the actual node properties because it's a bottom texture, and then on top paint the grass, right? And sometimes when you have other terrains under it, this won't let you actually place them. Like you see this pink square here, but then you go over here, you can't see it. You are gonna have to isolate this section, which you just select the node and you could either go I think here on edit and hide or isolate section, or you could do what it says here, control I, which is always much easier. So you hit that and there you go, isolated. So well, this is telling me that this is unnecessary though, because you have this little, yeah, there's so much unnecessary stuff down here. How about this? What is under here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could probably make this. Is there something that is moved here? What is even causing that? There you go. No wonder. Okay, so I wonder what got moved there. Yeah, that's some of the unfortunate side effects. You gotta be troubleshooting this stuff a lot. So, but now we gotta fix this part again, because when you hit that button, you redo that whole, any little vertice movement on the individual terrain. So let's go ahead and do that. How does this look? Oh, okay, that's fine. But this one should be a little more. There we go. There we go. So that looks, maybe pull this one up a little bit like this so it's not so sudden. And there we go. Okay, that looks a little better. Let's read the comments. Hunter, oh yeah, I already read that. Timothy, I know I'm gonna like it for the realism. Perfect. It's gotta be realism all the way, man. Oh, okay. So back to painting. So now I have to paint a little bit of what I was already doing, but if you notice, I still can't. Um, why? Because there's other terrain down here. So let's go ahead and isolate that section again. So it's all of that. That's. Oh, and I was gonna make it. No, but you see, I was gonna make it smaller, but now this terrain goes all the way out here. Which if I go down here, well, I could still probably make it a little smaller. Let's see. You gotta kind of eyeball it sometimes. You know, como dicen en español, hay que usar el tantiómetro a veces. 100, yeah, that still works. 80, yep. 70. Okay, I think, yeah, so 80. Yeah, let's leave it at 80 right there. Because I could see this edge over here like starting to get a little smaller when I go below 75. So I'm just going to leave it there. The reason you don't want to make it too long is just because the longer it is, the more polygons it adds to the map, the more shrubs or whatever. And if you could avoid the map loading that stuff, um, just go for it. Sometimes it's just not worth it though. Like here, I mean, what you could do here is probably bring up the brush thing and quad erase. Oh, it's because the terrain is up here. Ah, see, now I deleted one. There. Okay, so you gotta isolate it. Okay, so Control I, and yeah, you could bring up the brush, quad erase, and you could delete these, right? Does it help? I'm honestly not sure how the map editor works. If anyone is here from SES, please let me know. I'd love to know. Cause like if you bring up, for example, this thing, you could still see those little polys there, but I believe the game actually doesn't load them. Like it just loads. I'm not sure because I know at least the what's it called? At least the collision won't work. The collision is basically what happens, like, every one of these squares have a collision model so that if the truck rides over it, it'll actually stand on it instead of just going through the terrain. So maybe if you quad erase like this, it actually does reduce the amount of polygons in the map. Why do I say this? Because if you go to view, where is it? View collisions, this shows you like what has collision, and if you don't see these lines there, it's because a truck would just go over it, right? I mean, sorry, just go through it. But these do have collision. But if you notice, now they don't have them here. So honestly, not sure. But okay, whatever. All right, let's get rid of the collision. Well, the collision view. All right, let's go back to isolate, bring up the brush and put material, and all right, there we go. Oh no. Darn it. See, for playing around. This is what I get for teaching you guys things. All right, so if you do something like that, unfortunately, you can't undo quad erase. So the only thing you could do is remove brushes. So you hit this little right button, and it removes the brushes on the right side. So a bit unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Let's do this again. Okay, and see, it won't let me do it. So, let's just isolate it de una vez. Okay. More or less what I remember it's actually visible. I don't want to get it too close to the road. Some parts, so it looks a little natural. Just don't want it to be so uniform. There we go. So even if there is a little patch with gravel, that's fine. Again, you don't want it to be 100% uniform. And this is a long one. One long boy. And I think that should be good. But now he's using a different texture here. See, I didn't do this again, so darn it. Well, that doesn't look too bad. Like with against the. Oh, but I see what he's doing here. Okay, so maybe if I grab this, can I? It won't let me. Well, I know which one it is, so here, let's bring it up. Grass. I believe it's one of the Washington grasses. Grass. It's this one. So if you notice, he has this yellow grass on the right. Uh-oh. Okay. Then he has his more lighter one with the green in the middle. So, which is, oh, but he has a slightly less. Huh. No, that's a little too yellow. Okay, that looks a little better. Come on, stop stuttering. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Then here he has this texture. There you go. So let's read a little bit of the comments. Timothy, Bob Ross, Grass Chance. Grass Chance. I never actually got to watch any of his stuff. I know who he is. I know he's well missed, by the way, and I know a little bit about the backstory, but I never got to watch his show. Is it unfortunate for me? Maybe, but well, there's a lot of things I've missed watching, so wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so make it a little more. Uh, it's not gonna let me. So I just want to make sure it's a little more. There we go. So it doesn't look like a hard edge. There you go. That looks a little better. And then I could probably. There. That looks pretty good. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to the comments. Okay, so basically it looks like Emblem helped out Hunter with a little bit of his questions there. Um, Emblem says, if you want, I could later fix the terrain and brushes issue. Can you? Yeah, let's go do something different. I just wanted to, more or less help out a little bit. You're working on Death Valley. I'm like, you know what? Let's do some stuff around here. So let's go ahead and isolate this again. Select this train and do like that. Yeah. These, you know what? Yeah, Evelyn, if you could help me out later with this stuff, I'd appreciate that. I mean, I'll do some other stuff. All right, so let's make sure these lamps look good. They're straight. Yeah, they're straight. There's a couple. There's a little too many of them. Is that how it was in real life? Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. So then we'll leave them there. They seem to have this concrete texture, which it looks like you did get the lighter texture, but it's actual concrete. So there's two concrete road surfaces. There's this one, and then there's this one. I usually like using this one for the road surfaces, and then on the bridges, I usually like going for the other one. So, oh, it won't let me because of this. Okay, there we go. So on the bridges, I'll use this one. I don't know. I kind of like it more. Oh yeah, this one. Better. And that way you also have a distinction between this, the pavement on the on the dirt and the pavement on the bridge, because there usually is a difference even though they're both concrete textures. Like you could probably see it here a little bit. Probably. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. So this almost looks like asphalt, but I'm pretty darn sure it's huh. No, I actually feel it's asphalt. There would have to be grooves on it for it to be concrete. Oh, hmm. Well, it's fine. I'll just leave it as is because you could still notice that the bridge is usually darker. Okay, whatevs. Let's see. Is this concrete? Let me see. Now I'm curious. No, it's asphalt too. Well, this was being repaved. This is the bottom layer. There's still another one that's got to go on top. Yeah, in America we do 2 layers of asphalt, not just one. Okay, so anyway, back on topic. Let me move this here. Okay, so there's that. So let's add some signs. This is, I believe, the North Winnemucca exit, because there's another one over here. Yeah, there's 2. And I believe in real life they call them North and South. Let's double check. Yeah, Hunter, I also agree. It looks like asphalt, but it doesn't make too much sense. What is this, Arizona? Okay, Winnemucca, downtown east, 289. Um, 289. No, I don't need to mark 289. But, out of Winnemucca comes U.S. Route 95. There's no exit for US 95. So where do they say, hey, take this exit for 95? Let's check the previous one. I want to see how they're doing this. Because you got to put at one point a sign that says, hey, 295. So there it is. Next set. Okay, so they're marking it but separate, and then they mark over here the actual one. I don't need to mark State Route 289. All I really need to do is probably just put a 295 sign. Because well, first, I don't have a 289 Nevada State Route Shield. So maybe just here, and it's an overhead sign. So for pretty much any other state, you could just use SCS signs. They're perfectly okay. I just don't like sometimes the way the text looks, but we have an easy way to modify that. Let's see. So for this one, we want Winnemucca, and then so we need we need this one. No, but I wanted to say 2, so it should be this one. Okay. So we'll put that there. This is using a California style gantry. There you go. Wait, is that right? Yeah, what the heck? The sign's extruding a little bit from the actual structure. So that's not right. There you go. Much better. Okay, so edit sign. So here's what I'm going to do. Watch and learn, my friend. Delete, well, hide that. Unhide this text. Leave the 2. Hide this cardinal direct. Oh, wait, no, that's 1. They want it to be 0. Unhide this one. Oops. And it's going to be 2. Do I want? Yeah, because it's only one direction. Because if you want to go south, you got to follow on I-80 westbound. So then you unhide this one, and it is Route 95. So you bring up this. I have a couple versions, but the one you always want to use is the one that SES makes for this, because there's really nothing wrong with it, which is this one. So you just select that, put this 295 north. So I believe this is Winnemucca North. It's just Winnemucca. I'm sorry. I mean, Winnemucca North won't fit. And besides, I mentioned that I don't like the way the text looks. It's the separation between letters. So usually I will give it a little separation. Usually 0.004 for these or 0.05. You know what? We're just going to make it say Winnemucca. And then where does Route 95 take you? I know it takes you to Utah, but it's it's saying boys already. Does it take you to Idaho? Oh yeah, it pretty much does. No, but not boys is. Am I forgetting my? Oh yeah, it is boys. Okay, cool. Yeah, because it'll take you here, but like there's nothing here. Jordan Valley, McDemerit, Platora. Yeah, I'll just put boys. Make people get excited. Okay, let me read the comments before somebody leaves here. Um, oh, you're talking about the concrete. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could just change it for asphalt. Um, Hunter, I remember I had issues pronouncing city names after I bought the game. I've been looking around for New York State pantries. They look funny. Pantry. You mean the gantries? I'm pretty sure. Uh, the Oregon one looks a lot like the New York ones, in my opinion. At least it looks more like anything else similar in the game. Timothy, this is why I love traveling. Traveling is awesome, man. I love it. I People tell me I'm crazy for putting so many miles on my car. I tell them they're crazy for not doing it. Hunter, all right, I'm off to bed. It's midnight. See you soon, Raul. Good steam. Thank you very much. I mean, it's a little jank here, but we do our best. And once I get back to work on the weekend, I'll probably do some more streaming on the weekend just so people could join in and take a look. So, glad you learned. Hopefully, you learned something here, because I am going a little bit of what I'm, through what I'm doing. So, if you did learn something, that makes me happy. But hey, have a good night, man. We'll catch you later. Let's see, back to the sign. Why did I? Oh yeah, because I wanted to see where 95 went. Okay, so what exit number is this? This is, isn't it supposed to say right there? Oh, 178. So exit 78, no 4. And you could just hit Alt F4, save changes, press enter, and there you go. Nice. So it's not exactly how it is in real life, but for what it for what it does here on on the game, it's more helpful than putting Winnemucca downtown east, right? I think so. You're going to boys. I think this is a-okay. And by the way, for the most part, every state does it a little differently, but for I believe Nevada and California I know for sure, but Nevada I believe also does. Curve model. These are the new Utah crash barriers for the right. Oh, Evelyn, pay attention to this. So for the right side of the road, you want to use the reflective white, and for the left side, you want to use a yellow one. That is a big rule. Always put them like this, from right to left, and then you just graph this. Open the properties, change this to high poly because otherwise it's going to look a little angular. Um, we want this to be the wide, and then this to be the bend. I don't need this bend. Yes, and then you hit invert geometry, and you should be good. This should cover the sign just in case anyone crashes into it. Juanito, excellent night, Raúl. See you later. Muchas gracias por estar aquí, Juanito. Cualquier pregunta ya sabes, igual quizá Evelyn vaya a seguir mañana en la mañana, no estoy seguro. Igual yo también estaré streamiendo, yo creo que el fin de semana. So, buenas noches, pases bien. I should also be going to sleep kinda soon, but I don't want to. I have a concert I'm going to tomorrow, and it's gonna be late. And I'm usually an early to bed, early to rise person, but I've been wanting to watch this band live. It's Dream Theater. If anybody likes metal or anything like that, um, I'm gonna go watch Stream Theater tomorrow. I'm super excited for it, and that's gonna be late night, so I'm gonna stay up later today. Raciel, ya llegué. Ya llegaste. Ya llegó Sergio el bailador. Ah, no, Raciel el bailador. Simón, ya llegó. Okay, so that was that. Okay, so let's put the next sign, which should be before this. About a mile. I'd try to make it about a mile, maybe some around here. Let's put it somewhere around there. Okay, so next sign. You want this one. Don't worry if that looks like that. It'll fix it. Ooh, maybe something's a little weird. So let's remove the follow direction. I'm gonna make this 950. Turn this around. I prefer always having it a little more angled, like out, contrary to the road. Because if you do this, it's a little harder for the drivers. Maybe a little bit like this on a curb like this. If it's a straight section, no, you want it to be as perfect as possible. Okay, so maybe just bring this down a little bit. There we go. So what exit did we say it was? 178? Yeah, 178. So 78, 0, ooh, 104. Let's go to the next board. So unfortunately, I got to repeat the process here. So let's just get it over with. Come on. Sometimes you got to just click it until it comes up. There you go. That's the one I want. This, click. Come on. You could do it. No, that's not the one I want. Darn it, you. Yeah, this could be a little... Very jank. What the crap? Yeah, that's not the one. Okay, third thing you could do is just do this. Put it all to 0, and then select the one you want. There. That works. So, 95. Come on. Winnemucca. Boise. I've heard Boise is a nice city. So they say. 1 mile. Yeah, 1 mile. That's fine. Okay, that's cool. And then maybe a services sign. I mean, Winnemucca is going to have services. And since you're out in the boondocks, let's put some food, phone, gas lodge, pharmacy. Maybe just this one. And instead of saying next right, maybe have it say next exit. Okay, gotta move the old leg. There you go. All right, so does that look okay? Okay, so if you noticed, that sign kind of just popped out of nowhere. So sometimes that's why I like increasing the render distance on those. Signs will always default to render distance 400. I'll just put it to 950. There aren't too many things out here in the middle of nowhere, so you don't have to worry too much about that kind of stuff. But like in the middle of a big dense city, yeah, you want to like kind of measure it so it doesn't pop up earlier than needed. Timothy says, I always love seeing the more realistic driven sides in ATS. I just wish they had, you could probably choose which ones you'd want to have here. I know I could make one myself, but I've just been a little lazy to do it because I don't use them too much. I should a little more though. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it does look good. That's kind of why I wanted to add it. So let's see. Do I need anything else here? Um, no, not really. Maybe, I mean, what does it say over here? It's just a Winnemucca one. I don't really need a tourist info one. It says something about Lakeview, but where is Lakeview? Is Lakeview in Washington, or is it in? It's because I already signed Boys on the other line. No, I don't need to put that one. Where even is Lakeview? I feel that's in. Yeah, no, I can't find it. Well, I guess. Excuse me. I guess we have. So it is in Oregon. Aha! But that's on 395. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on. I'll leave it as is. I think it's fine. You don't need to worry too much about it. Okay, so let's check out this side. How is this side? Because I know I have the exit for Battle Mountain, which I absolutely love the name of that town. Downtown Battle Mountain. This whole state is Battleborn. That no joke. That's what Nevada says. It is here. Nevada Wikipedia. That's what I think. That's what their flag says. Battleborn. Yeah, love it. Okay, so oh, what route is it? Is it 306 or 305? 305. Okay. What exit number is it? 230. Well, you know what? Let's just copy this. Sometimes I do this just to have a reference over here. So I'll add it here. But I don't need that sign. I need a different one. So let's go back to these. And by the way, Blim, if you're still watching, I think you got the wrong sign, because like you had the one with the with the direction, but that meant like the way you had it, it wasn't very well centered. So you gotta there's always one without the cardinal direction, which I recommend you use that for this kind of case. Which one is it? Is it this one? Oh wait, no, what am I just said don't use that one for this. What a dummy. So which one is it? Ah, this one. Okay, so yeah, because that one doesn't have the direction. So there we go. So exit 231. Like so. And then here is, and I also had to make a lot of the Nevada root shields, which was also a little different. 305. So this is the one that was in in the game, right? I made this one, which fits in a black background, like in the small signs that go on the side of the road. Um, the numbers are a little more realistic to what they are in real life. But then on the green signs, they use this variant. So that's why I had to do two different ones. So there you go. That looks a little better. So it's downtown Battle Mountain. So unfortunately, there isn't much we could do with text width in this one because they don't really fit very well. Yeah, I guess it's better than nothing. And I don't want to make this one wider than the bottom one, so I'll just leave it at 0.03 as well. This one as well. 231. Yeah, that's good. Okay, got that. Now, if isn't this the route that takes you to the Cortez mine? No, it takes you to Austin. Okay, so what I could do, so 305 takes you to Austin, so somewhere here in the middle, I could put, and this is, by the way, is a little copy. I mean, sorry, it isn't exactly how it is in real life. I'm kind of just doing it based on what works in this map. So I'm thinking like an actual highway engineer, designing these road signs when I do this kind of stuff. I did still study civil engineering for a reason, I guess. Everything I did in college was just for this moment. um, let's see. So I wanted to say Austin. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Not really. So maybe I could just use. Come on, it's got to be somewhere around here. Austin next step. Yeah, I guess I could do this one, and then just make it say Austin. Give it the old treatment. Now I don't like how high up this is, so I could probably do bottom. Yeah, it might be a little better. And then this would be, it could all be the same. So next, exit. That's a little too big, 0.5. Yeah, it's a little better. Put this down. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then maybe make this 1.6. Oops. Because I don't like how they did that one for some reason. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I'm probably gonna have to stop this one soon because I should go to sleep soon. Okay, so that works. Just maybe this one, make it a little wider. Yeah, that's fine. There you go. That looks good. So now you know that if you want to go to Austin, you take the next exit, right? Should it say 305 though? Nah, that's good. I think people will know what that means. So, okay, sounds good. So we got that. This one, let's see. This part, I know what this part needs. So we need what they call a reassurance shield, which are these that we made over here. Oh no, these are actually new with. Oh, it says do not use. But never mind. Okay, so they may have changed something for 1.36. This is what I need. So these are ones that we did. Here, fruit one. So these are pretty cool because, all this is 100% editable. Even this is editable because Nevada would, sometimes put the Nevada, but rarely. Most of the time, even this number would probably go away. And then you'd get the other one, which is a little thicker, like that. There you go. That looks a little more like what they do in Nevada. Very, very minor detail. I do not blame you for not caring about that detail, but I added it because I'm a nerd. West. Good. Okay. Maybe put this a little farther that way. Where else do I need a reassurance shield? Do I have the one over here? Let me just make sure I do. I do not. Okay, so there it is. Reassurance shields do exactly what they say. They reassure you you're on the direction that you thought you were on. Oops, my bad. So they usually put those right after the freeway entrance. So east. There you go. Which, by the way, SES puts too, so that's good. Then we'll put the one. Hey, where'd it go? Oh, it popped up in the middle of the sky. Just want to make. Oh, what happened there? Ah, there's 01. I knew there was 01 in the sky. Oh, no, 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 no. I want to copy the exact one. Where is it? Where's it? There it is. Okay. There. Now I just drag and drop it right there. And we're going... No, we're going east, my friend. east. And then over here, might as well just paste it while we're at it. Just leave it there. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is the original one from SES, which is not very well scaled. And that one is west. Ugh, I'm so I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. All right. Timothy 95 takes you to Nevada 140. Right, but I don't have Nevada 140 on here. It really doesn't give any benefit to the actual simulation experience just because of the 120 scale. Let's see. Timothy, does 231 have a service station? 231. What is 231? Is that the Nevada route, state route? Um, let us find out. 230. Where am I? 230. Oh, it's probably this route here. No, but that's 289. I don't see a 231. Not sure what you're talking about there. Anyway, I think I need to go hit the hay, as they say, or probably get ready to. Um, so folks, this is the first time I'm streaming a little bit of what I do in the editor. As you notice, I did not do much. um, but what I do is just a lot of the really minor details. That's why you don't see me a lot of times just showing pictures of what I'm doing, because most of the stuff I'm doing is just really minor. It's the stuff that you'll appreciate in the game without even knowing it's there. Some If it's not there, you'll know you'll know something's wrong, but you don't know what it is. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. So it almost looks like I never work on it, but it's pretty much just those little shitty details. Anyway, Timothy, exit. I meant not say route. Oh, exit 231. Does exit 231 have a service station? Ah, so that's a Battle Mountain exit, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, it does. It has, well, there's a Hearts or Loves. I tried one of their. I was surprised to see they had little taquitos, little in where they have the hot dogs. I was like, what? No, 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 not the taquitos. They had tamales. You know where they sell the little hot dogs, the little thing that just rotates the dogs. They had tamales there. They weren't they weren't good. I tried one. I was like, I gotta try it. They weren't good, but I had to try one. I was like, what? Um, there's there's no hearts here though. Oh, it's over here. Well, it's not a hearts though. It says Shemron. Isn't that the name of one of the giant dragons in Dragon Ball? Or is it Shenron? Anyway, um, hearts. Yeah, there's no hearts here. We might want to have to change that. So anyway, there is food. There's your local Burger King. There is a grocery store. There is a Chevron or Chevron, if you want to call it. There are these little yummy stores. There's this taco store, Mexican restaurant, and that is about it. So there are services, not as much as probably in Winnemucca, but there are services. This town is supposed to be done. Winnemucca is not done. So if you did see some weird stuff around there, it's because it's not done. Um, but we might have to just change this one. Let me see. Is there a big version of this? I sure hope so. So they're called Totem. So let's put Totem and hope for the best. Yeah, there is. Ah, my hand. Ooh, that's okay. So no wonder. So the scaling is off. Maybe if we do 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. On these kinds of models, you kind of want to make sure to always scale them equally on all sides so that they don't look, like if I did this, right? It'll make it look weird. So make sure these are all the same, unless for whatever reason you want it to skew it, which is like what I did with the bridge joints, for example. Okay, that's about right. Yeah, you can see it from there. There it is. Okay, folks, I think we'll stop it there. Join me next time, probably on Saturdays or Sunday, one of the two. I'll probably continue doing this because usually when I have more time, and I'm going to do it during the morning or sometime in the afternoon for the European folk. And if you want to learn something, if you're seeing this a little later and you want to learn something new and you want to ask me maybe, join the stream next time in the weekend, as I mentioned, and feel free to ask me. All right. So sometimes some things I might know very well, but like all the minor details, I'm probably the best bet. I don't know why I got good at the small details. So catch you later, folks. Have a great night, and hope have a great rest of your week.